Hey guys, a little bit different video for you today. What I'm going to be doing is kind of a review of my car. I've owned this car for almost 5 years, and for the last year since I got this camera equipment, I've been wanting to make a video. It's August now, and summer's almost over, so I want to get this done. So let's head on out and take a look at this car. After searching for months for this exact model and color combination, I finally found it in March of 2013. A member in the Sob Central forums heard I was looking for one and reached out to me. He sent me pics and it was in mint condition with 93,000 miles. A day or two later, I drove to meet him and bought the car. Here's a picture from the day I bought it. The main thing that drove me to this car was its value compared to other cars with similar specs and features. I wanted a 4-door luxury sports sedan with a 6-cylinder engine for under 10 grand. Blue paint and white interior was a must because it would reflect the Chrysler 300 I owned back in 2006. For $8,250, this Saab was exactly what I was looking for. Now let's take a look at the interior. As you can see, other than some wear in the driver's seat, the interior is in practically mint condition. Today, it's got 118,000 miles on it, which means I put 25,000 miles on it in the last 5 years. And it still drives like new because I continually replaced and upgraded whatever broke or wore out on the car. I took care of this thing like it was the most important thing in the world to me, because it was. Let's start it up and see what it sounds like. So on the driver's door, we got your passenger window locks, I think. I never used that. Front and rear windows. Down here's your trunk, some storage, lock. And on the side here, we have your mirror adjustments for right and left. And then this button right here. That button there will tilt down the opposite mirror. This way you can see the ground behind you, which is especially useful if you're backing up next to a curb, like parallel parking. You'll never scrape your wheels because you can see your tire right there next to the curb. So then coming in, we got like the vents. So on the steering wheel, we got these buttons here operate your SID. They'll change between like your fuel, distance, speed, speed warning, and then some car settings. So the rain sensor for the windshield wipers between high and low, the theft alarm, parking assistance, which is the rear camera or the rear beeping for when you're close to stuff. There's an alarm clock, I guess, in case you sleep in your car. What language? So the speed scale illumination, there's this night panel thing which turns off all the lights in the car. Instead of the full gauge being lit up, only up to 90 will be lit up. Then it'll display miles per hour or kilometers per hour, and you can choose your measurements in US or metric. And then the climate settings for the automatic climate control when your service is coming up, and then that's it. So then here we have your controls for volume up and down and changing things. Also you have like little paddle shifters here. On this stock here you have the cruise control, so you push this in and then plus and minus to change your speed. I think it'll change this, each click will change the speed by 2.5 miles per hour, I believe. Down here you have your hood open. Then this is the updated center control center for the car. This is specific for 2007, and I think maybe 2008 has this too, but the 2006 model still has the old clunky like 100 button style. But this is your brightness for the illumination of your dash. Then it's the night panel I told you. This button doesn't do anything. This is traction control, which I didn't even realize I had that, turning traction control on and off. Then just your menu buttons and whatever. This car also comes with the Bose sound system, which you can see on the speaker up there. So then you have your automatic climate control. So I just usually year round set it to 70 and let it do its thing. Then your heated seats, which aren't going to work because it's too hot out. Or, yeah, because I had auto. But high and low. Up because I had it off. Your hazards, you're turning AC on and off. Your rear defroster, passenger thing. This is the Saab cup holder. I think it's like $300 to replace if it gets broken. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Auxiliary jack. Recirculate the air in the car. This is a glove box, which is pretty big. I believe it has a vent in there, so it'll be cooled. And it says in the manual that you have a cooled glove box and center console for keeping wine and chocolate in there. But then down here you have a cigarette lighter, which I have a don't know if you can see that. I have a 2 USB thing in there, and a little thing that I keep my wallet in, and a change thing. Then you have your shifter, which goes to manual mode. Then down here is where your key is, and here is my subway bag, because I didn't want my garbage to be in the car. So then this is your center cup holder. Parking brake. And this opens, you can put, I think, credit cards in here. This is what's called the Saab Smart Slot. So this comes off, and you can put like they make different attachments to fit in here, like a CD, one to hold CDs and all that. Speaking of CDs, I believe this has a 6-disc CD changer in it. I've never used it once. I just plug my phone into here. But I have one of these that I stick into the CD slot and plug my phone in through that. Also, you have your memory seats, 3 settings for the memory seats. I use driving position, and then when I do my laundry, I have this position for when I have my laptop in there. So I just sit in there and wait for my laundry to be done. Seat raises up and down, back and forth, and then the back angles back and forth. You also have your lumbar control right here. Moving on to the back seats, not too much here. Window, door lock, some more storage, some more back seat storage. Oh, I got dirt in here. Then your heat and cool thingy, your cup holders right here. Armrest right here with the pass-through for fishing poles or whatever. And your back seat headrests, and they go up like up to there, but we're not going to bother with that. Same deal on this side, and yeah. Passenger seat, no memory seats, but same automatic controls. And yeah, you can tell like I'm the only one who drives this car. Like I don't have any passengers or anything because of how nice this seat looks. Let's hear how the engine sounds. Now let's listen to the exhaust. This is the stock exhaust that comes with the car from the factory. Now let's take a look at this 9.3's exterior. The windows are tinted 35%. I didn't want to get pulled over by the cops, so that's why I went with such a light tint, but I'm mostly happy with it. Sometimes when the sun's real bright, I wish they were a bit darker so no one can see inside. I also have 15mm spacers on the car. Years ago, I had 15mm in the front and 25mm in the back, but that looked a little bit too aggressive, so 15mm all around is where I went. We also have custom Sob Center Caps and then the Saab valve stems. The center caps the way that I make them is when I buy wheels, they come with blank center caps, and then I search on eBay for the sticker emblem that'll fit the center cap that I have. These are 18-inch wheels for the summer. I have the stock 17-inch wheels, which were professionally painted and refinished a couple months ago. Haven't even had them on the car yet since they've been refinished. One of the differences between the 9.3 Aero and the base model 9.3 is this Aero Body Kit. Most of the cars you'll see on like Auto Trader and eBay will have this front lip ripped off. This one, even though the car is lowered, I still never ripped it off. Sometimes I'll scrape a little, but I'm pretty careful with it, I guess. The body and paint are in really good condition. The basic body style of this car started in 2003. Then this Aero exterior package started in 2006 and ended in 2007. A few months ago, I had this car lowered with H&R lowering springs and Bilstein B6 shocks. This is something I wanted to do for years and had coilovers in my wish list since before I even purchased this car. It is noticeably stiffer than the stock car, but it's nothing super rough in my mind. Altogether, I think it lowered it 1.2 inches. All black exterior plastic on this car was reconditioned last year. I actually try to do it every year. Usually you'll see these parts faded and disgusting looking from sun damage. Under the hood, we have a 2.8 liter V6. This particular V6 is tuned by V-Tuner. I think it has something like 325 horsepower and 420 foot-pounds of torque. Don't quote me on that though. Check the V-Tuner website for the exact specs. It's just a stage 1 tune. The tune definitely makes the car a lot more fun to drive. Stock, this engine would have 250 horsepower and 255 foot-pounds of torque. Also, I have a BSR intake installed. I think that covers everything here. All that's left is to go for a drive. So this is cruising around in third gear, about 3,000 RPM, a little under 50 miles per hour. And this is second. Third. There's some traffic on this road, so we're gonna have to find a better place for this. But just normal cruising like this, it's like you can tell it's not a loud car. Here, let me close this. It's got some road noise, but I think it's perfectly take it around town and all that type of car. Here, let's hit the gas in automatic. Definitely has some fun acceleration in it. Three o'clock on a Thursday, you wouldn't think these roads would be this busy. I'm gonna turn around. There's another road that is a little bit far from here, but So I think that's the best thing about this car is like the low end torque. So you really feel it when you take off. I guess it would have helped if I was recording on my GoPro. So 35 miles per hour. Alright, this road here is actually quite fun. So take two, everything's recording. It's just automatic. We're up to 85. Now, I know this road pretty well, so we could just do third gear the whole way. Just concentrate on keeping our eyes on the road. So we're chilling at like 4,000 RPM. A nice turn right here. And these roads are tight, and this is a popular road that people take to get to the park. So I don't want to be pushing this car to the limits or anything. Oh man. Really want it though. Definitely need fourth gear for some of these areas, but don't want to be going that fast. Honestly, like, this feels like all you would need for this road. Like whipping a rear wheel drive, like a rear wheel drive 235. I just don't know if I would. I'm debating on getting a between rear wheel drive or front wheel drive, and I just don't know if I would need a rear wheel drive, if I would get any use from it. You know, I don't know this road at all, so we gotta be careful here. But shift here. like I have, before I had the suspension on, I have had situations, and this is with Potenza RE11 tires on it. I've had situations where the car would get a ton of understeer and skid out. Uh, Not like a lot, you can just feel it pushing outwards of the turn. Uh, so far with this suspension, like I don't drive like this often, but I've yet to have it lose grip from understeer yet. So like, holy shit. Catch up to this guy, see if this guy wants to have some fun. So this road isn't finished, the one that I'm on now. It's just like, I guess they call it, it's just oiled and chipped, whatever the hell that means. But there's not a smooth, it's like freshly paved and there's not a smooth surface on it. So I have no idea where I am. So I'm gonna have to turn around again. What the hell building is this? Vehicle MRI. Interesting. But me saying that this car in third gear on the road that we were just on, saying that that's like all I can see I ever need, it, it means that like realistically, me having a 235i with like the Dynan package for like 450 foot-pounds of torque and same around 450 horsepower, what am I gonna do with that? Because I don't even drive this thing crazy, you know? Like, this is fun in like the times that, like, it's fun when it needs to be fun. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I just don't know about this BMW, to be honest. It'd be a fucking awesome car. But I definitely miss this if I sell this. Oh, there's a turn coming up. This GoPro makes these turns look so far away. So I don't know, like the whole time I was thinking about making this video, like I'm making this video in mind of me not liking this car anymore and really wanting a 235i. And now, like, I'm driving this and all I'm talking about is, like, keep in mind I never drove a 235. I sat in a 240, I think it was, or, ooh, so bright. I sat in like a 240 or something. But, so I don't know. The BMW would really just be a, like I have the money, I can get it type of car. That's what I think, because I want the all-wheel drive version for the for one of the reasons is saving on tires, I guess. And like I live in Pennsylvania, so I would be driving the car in winter, but I wouldn't, like, all-wheel drive I feel is going to have the same or similar handling to this in these turns on roads like this. You know what I'm saying? Third gear roads like this, driving like I'm driving now, I really feel that an all-wheel drive is going to perform similarly. Just the BMW is going to have a ton more power and be probably a lot more touchy and throw me back in the seat more. So it'd be fun in that sense. Also, a lot of times I only accelerate out of turns. I think I'm a little bit scared to accelerate. Like, I take coming up on them, I take them slow. We're doing 80 on this road, so hey everyone, so I'm working on this video and I realized that I didn't film an outro for it. Well, I was hoping to go back the next day and get some drive-by shots of my car, but that didn't end up panning out. So anyway, I was talking about selling this car for a 2 Series, and I've been thinking about this for months now. And the problem that I have is that there's absolutely no way that it makes sense to get rid of my car, which is perfectly fine car, to spend like 60 to 70 grand on a BMW, on a brand new BMW. Doesn't make sense. And I have like a spreadsheet right here because I was comparing like the 235i's to the 240i's and the M2 and stuff. And I want a 2018 because there's some upgrades that they made to this year. But I don't know, it's hard to justify it because I don't know. But anyway, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed looking at my car. It's not really a review per se, more of like an overview. I drove the car for or I had the car for 5 years, and it was like the best thing. Like I spent months looking for it, for that exact model, and picking out like that exact model had everything that I wanted in it. So it's hard to pick out any negatives of the car, especially like if there were negatives, I long forgot about them 5 years ago. But I guess the current negatives for what I want in a car now, what I want in a car today, is I don't want something that's front wheel drive, and I want something more powerful. And since I have the money, I do want something nicer. Uh, I don't know how to get girls or whatever. Who knows what goes on in my brain anymore? But yeah, so I'm gonna end this here. If you like this video, please like it. I don't usually make car videos like this, but I wanted to do it, and I guess one of the reasons I made this video is just if I ever do sell this car, at least I have a video to remember it by and stuff. So so yeah, that's about it. Take care, guys. Thanks.